like music. I like music. Music can make you feel good, just like get pumped up, ready to go, whatever, or whatever mood you're in. There's music for it. You can listen to music. It's really fun. I like music. I also like football. That's why I'm bringing you the show today. And welcome to another show in the gray area. Show number 4. Woo. Do this for us, for my fun, for your enjoyment and knowledge. It's great. So to jump in here, my first thing, I've got Super Bowl champion candidates. But really, it's my top 10 teams going into this next season, pretty much. And there's a couple teams that I left out that I could have put in. So, I don't know. We'll see. And start off, I have it broken into 3 tiers. Tier 1, you've got the Chiefs and the Buccaneers. The Chiefs, they've gone and signed 3 new offensive linemen, which the offensive line was their weakness in the Super Bowl. So they got better there. They spotted their weakness. They have filled that empty spot. I think they're ready to go, ready to try and get another Super Bowl. So the Buccaneers, they have pretty much re-signed everyone. Almost everyone. They didn't get Antonio Brown back as of yet. So, but they've got everyone back. And so I think they can repeat. It would be, I wouldn't say easy, because it's never easy to win the Super Bowl, but I think they can really do it. And then last team in tier 1, we've got the Green Bay Packers with Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Jones, Devontae Adams. They're really good, to say the least. Tier 2, I've just got 2 teams in tier 2. Then I'll have 5 teams in tier 3. Tier 2, the Bills and the Rams. The Bills, they're not getting any worse. They've still got Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs, an unstoppable duo, it seems like. So they're great at what they can do. And I think we'll see more of the Bills as we keep going. And the Rams, they've got lots of great players, great defense. They got Matthew Stafford as their new quarterback instead of Jared Goff. They signed Deshaun Jackson, I guess you could say veteran wide receiver. He's been in the league for quite a while. He's really good. And he already knows Sean McVay, the coach. They were together in Washington for a while. So that relationship is already there between those two, and I think they're ready to go at it. They're pretty good. And tier 3, I've got 5 teams. Got the Colts, with Carson Wentz and everything they've got with their defense. I think they're going to continue to be good, and they're getting better, along with the Patriots, who are getting better. The Patriots have gotten several new guys. I'll talk about that later. The Ravens, Lamar Jackson, he can run. It's amazing to watch Lamar Jackson sometimes. So I'll put the Ravens up there. The Dolphins, they have an interesting situation here at quarterback, because they have Tua at quarterback, which I'd say below average quarterback. Other than that, they're really good. They went and signed Will Fuller from the Texans. He was really good for Deshaun Watson and the Texans. Really good wide receiver. And Miami, they also have the number 3 pick. They can do something with the number 3 pick. Whether they get a quarterback or not, I don't know. Do they stick with Tua, or do they try to get someone like Justin Fields? So, interesting situation we got there. And lastly, got the Seahawks. You can't disregard Russell Wilson and the Seahawks. They're good. You can't exclude them. Now, two teams that I could have put in here: the Saints, with Drew Brees retiring. I'd give it at least a year before they're that good again. They re-signed Taysom Hill, or they're keeping Taysom Hill. So I don't know with Taysom Hill. He's not a great quarterback or anything. I don't know quite what they're gonna do at quarterback. Probably stick with Taysom Hill, and if that's the case, I don't know how good that'll be. They've still got Alvin Kamara and Michael Thomas, so didn't make my top 10, but it is what it is. And the Titans. Derrick Henry is great. Ryan Tannehill, good quarterback. In last week's video, I put him in my top 12, but some of the other guys didn't, so he didn't make the top 12. Oh well. Titans, they're good. Not quite that good, I'd say. All right, moving on to teams getting better. I've got 3 teams that I think are getting better. The Patriots, like I mentioned earlier, and the Colts, as I mentioned earlier. Now, the Patriots, they have spent the most money in free agency by far this offseason, signing a lot of guys. And just to name a couple, we've got Nelson Aguilar and Hunter Henry. They're rebuilding, and they're definitely getting better. Bill Belichick, other than getting rid of Tom Brady, he seems to know what he's doing. They did keep Cam Newton. I'll give him another season. He did get injured. See how. Oh, he didn't. He didn't get injured. I don't know. I'm confusing people. He had an alright season. We'll see if he gets a little bit better this next season. And then the Colts, okay, with they got Carson Wentz, as I've mentioned before, and he already knows the head coach Frank Reich, and so that relationship's good. They've got several good players. Jonathan Taylor, Marvin Jones really stepped up this season. I debated putting them in tier 2 earlier in the show, but I put them in tier 3. They are good. They do have Super Bowl possibility. Maybe not quite as much as even the Patriots in the same tier with them, but I don't know. They're good. I'm curious to see how much they get better. I know they're getting a little bit better, but by how far do they get better? How much does this Carson Wentz help them and whatnot? So we'll watch that situation. And then lastly, in the teams getting better, I have the Jaguars. Now, this isn't hard to put on this list because if you're the worst team in the NFL with 1 win, there's nowhere to go but up, So, and I don't think they're going to have another 1-win season. I think they're getting better. So, and they have the number 1 pick. More than likely, they get Trevor Lawrence. Great college quarterback. He's pretty cool to watch. And the Jaguars, they've spent the 3rd most in the free agency this offseason. They've got Marvin Jones, Carlos Hyde, to mention a couple at offense. they're looking better, and they've got Urban Meyer as their head coach. Interesting. We'll see what happens there. And yeah, so that'll wrap up my show in the gray area. If you liked this, like and subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments. And I'll see you next time in the gray area.